for the restart. It's the Busch brothers from Las Vegas. The younger Kyle on the inside, the older Kurt on the outside. Here they come. Green flag.
And that's two of our guys that are going head-to-head in the DirecTV head-to-head competition.
Top 5, Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Elliott Sadler, Sam Hornish, Casey Kane, Mike Bliss up in the top 10, Scott Speed and Jeff Burton. Boy, a Toyota, a Chevy, and a Ford linked up on the bottom lane.
That moving around like that behind the car in front of you, got to be careful doing that, guys.
How about an Alabama National Championship? Crank it up, Larry.
Sounds like a winner to me. Roll Tide, crank it up.
Sadler and Busch, Kurt Busch that is, Gordon and Earnhardt. And in fifth spot, David Rudiman. Elliott Sadler scored more points in the plate races than anybody else last year. Leading the line in that number 19 Ford. In fifth spot, Rudiman for a long time as David comes to the front on the outside behind Jeff Gordon. The fan favorites here were the Alabama gang. Bobby and Donnie Allison, Red Farmer, Neil Bonnet, Davey Allison. And Donnie and Bobby's brother Eddie has his name on the roof of Rudiman's car, making the Florida native today an honorary member of the Alabama gang. Looks like it's got him to the front.
No, you didn't set that up somehow, did you? I mean, we just cranked it up. You give me the Roll Tide stuff, and Rudiman takes the lead. What's going on?
He's taking the lead and pulling away a little bit, I might add. I would say this will be about like Dale Earnhardt Jr. leading the lap here at Talladega if this 00 car can make it back here to lead this lap.
And how about Bobby Labonte right there with Rudiman and coming for the lead. Labonte trying to become
trouble. Sam Hornish, 77.
He got into
and Elliott Sadler was involved.
Menard, Stremme, and Kenseth.
Michael's going out there. He got damaged too as he went by.
The 36, the Tommy Baldwin car of Johnny Sauter, all involved in the tri-oval.
Darrell, you talked about the tri-oval. Most treacherous place around is 2.66 mile track.
If we can see what happened here. We see the yellow cars up on the outside there.
Way up high, the yellow car. That's Sauter. And around he goes.
Looks like that's
off
the
bumper of Kyle Busch.
Yep. And of course, all these other guys down here on the inside. There's a lot of cars bouncing off of each other. Matt Kenseth gets a good bit of damage.
Now, Sauter is okay. He's put the window net down, signaling emergency crews that he's all right, and everyone else drove away.
One of the things that I didn't like about that last sequence of pit stops, fuel only, no tires. Somebody took 2, somebody took 4. Cars get a little bit off.
Look in the high lane. Michael Waltrip right behind Kyle Busch in the 55. Pow, gets it in the left front.
Boy, he did. That's a hard lick. Poor Matt Kenseth, his day was just doomed from the get-go.
One thing I'm most impressed about as you see this unfold, we have cars sideways, we have cars backwards with their tail to the wind, and we have every car firmly on the ground.
Yeah, the roof flaps now are doing their job like they used to do, keeping the car. You see which car was that? That's the 26 maybe, or the 19 there that was around backward, and the car never did anything.
But I mean, there's no question Kyle Busch in the 18 gets into the back of Johnny Sauter in the 36, but he had Michael Waltrip in the 55 stuck up his rear bumper.
Kurt Busch also got some heavy right side damage on that one.
Yeah, he did.
There's a look at it right behind the right front wheel.
I think that's repairable. This probably not. I mean, the car took a hard shot in the outside wall. It's going to damage probably some of the
garage.
suspension parts.
Like that right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the left front looks as bad as the right, and Matt Kenseth has it on both sides of the front end of the Valvoline Ford.
Yep.
Talked to a lot of drivers this week. There's Max Pappas in the 13 car going to the garage area. You look at Matt Kenseth, comes in here second to points, knowing that this restrictor plate race can be a game changer in these points.
And you wonder why Dale Earnhardt Jr. called it the lottery? There was your answer right there. Elliott Sadler, a little bit of right side, right front damage there. Not too much. Not much at all.
Make sure you shape that fender real good at the top.
And Kyle Busch, you see the mark just below the grill on the front bumper from the contact.
Bring it to us, bring it to us.
With Sauter. Here's our Built Tough Ford track facts. Ford leads all manufacturers at Talladega with 26 Sprint Cup poles. Mark Martin in a Ford won the fastest Sprint Cup race ever held at Talladega, 188 miles an hour average speed. And the most cars involved in a single Talladega wreck was 27 back in 2003. Ford built Ford tough. Pit road's open, Dick.
David Rudiman is going to take fuel only. Joey Logano a pit in front of him. He'll do the same. Steve.
Jeff Gordon on pit road. This should be gas only. Last time they took just lefts. Gas only, Krista.
Greg Biffle going to make a right front shock change. The plan, it's staying compressed. Hard for the guys to change the tires with it down in the track. Matt.
Fuel only for the driver and car of the 48. Sunoco fuel to top him off, and a bottle of water for Johnson. No changes.
Brad Keselowski is the free pass car under this caution.
Never pass up that opportunity to get that fuel in the car. We're getting close to a two-stop race.
So right now the only car out of the race from this one is Johnny Sauter.